Hello and welcome to the Bible Difficulties and Answers podcast. I'm your host, Lance Smith. Occasionally, this podcast may go into some different areas besides the biblical timeline we follow each week for Bible Difficulties and Answers. For these type of episodes, we will refer to them as sidebars. Today, I want to give a baseline of how this podcast finished last calendar year by reviewing some numbers. After 35 years in the corporate world, I tended to spend a good bit of time reviewing and analyzing numbers to help tell a story. So this is a default comfort area for me. On November 20th, we released a trailer to our new series, Bible Difficulties and Answers. We then followed with 5 introductory episodes to lay the foundation for our beginning this year. Weekly, we discussed what is Christian apologetics, the cosmological argument, the fine-tuning of the universe argument, the moral argument, and is the New Testament reliable? A total of 6 episodes in all last year. As a reminder, I started this project as my retirement hobby, and it's become a real passion project for me. Conducting the research based on the Big Book of Bible Difficulties format, writing the script, editing, and recording are keeping me active mentally. For that, I'm thankful. And it allows me to spend more time in the scripture, which is a true win-win scenario if there ever was one. So let's dive into some numbers. In the last calendar year, from a total of the 6 episodes, we had 329 downloads. That's an average of almost 55 downloads per episode. According to the latest statistics we have, if an episode has 30 or more downloads, it's in the top 50% of podcasts worldwide. I am humbled that this little podcast is almost doubling those numbers at this time. An interesting tidbit for me is that not all of our listeners are from the United States. The podcast has downloads from Russia and multiple downloads from Norway and New Zealand. That's exciting and completely unexpected. Now, you may be wondering about the podcast platform the listeners are using for this podcast. I make it available to most every podcasting platform I can find. I truly did not know which one we would build an audience with. At this time, 2 podcast platforms dominate the listening audience. Last year, the big 2 were Spotify, accounting for 29.27%, and Apple Podcasts with 24.09%. From there, Google Chrome had 11.28%, and the Podbean app, which is our host site, had 8.23% of the downloads. The other platforms with significant downloads were iHeartRadio at 6.4% and Safari at 6.1%. The final 12 platforms comprise the remaining total of the downloads. And this is going to be an interesting trend to follow over the years. So far, the most downloaded episode is not the trailer like I anticipated, but the episode, What is Christian Apologetics? That's 19.45% of the total downloads. That warms my heart to know people are taking interest in learning about the evidence that we have for our faith. Lastly, Friday is the day of the week when most of our listeners take time to listen, and that's no surprise. Each week, I plan for the episode to download at 3 a.m. Eastern Time in the United States. With a format of 15 minutes or less, it's I hope, a fun and enlightening way to begin your Friday, enjoy during your commute, or something you can enjoy taking some time to relax and listen to. That's it for a quick look at the numbers behind the podcast. Again, all of this is only because of you, the listener. Take some time and share it with your friends too. I'm learning each week, and I hope you are as well. Let's look forward to a great year. You may reach us at our website, BibleDifficultiesAndAnswers.podbean.com, or you may reach out to me directly at our email address, BibleDifficultiesAndAnswers@gmail.com, with any questions, comments, concerns, fits of righteous indignation, or just to say hi. Again, please like and subscribe to this podcast, and also write a review and give it a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, iHeart, or your podcast venue of choice. It really does help get the word out about the most amazing book ever written. Again, I'm Lance Smith. Until next time, I wish you good luck, good health, and God bless. So long, everybody.